Breakers. It's me, Michael Brewer, your gay guru, reporting to you from the lovely hills of Switzerland. And today I want to talk about feelings. Whoa, feelings. Whoa, feelings. And I'm not going to sing the rest because it gets very negative. And that's the point I want to bring up. Feelings. Feelings are really, really important. And if you think about our pop culture, especially songs, the feelings that are emphasized and sung about mostly are sadness and rage and loss and tragedy and grief. You don't hear a lot of happy songs. I mean, they're out there, but there's not a lot of them. And also another prevalent belief that we have in our society, which you hear all the time in films and in movies and in songs, is I can't help the way I feel. It's like feelings are this external force from outside of us over which we have no control, when actually that's a misunderstanding of what they're about altogether. I like the Abraham-Hicks metaphor of feelings being like an indicator gauge of how we're doing in our life, about our connection with our inner beings or our spirit, and about the gap between what we want and what we're allowing in our lives. Feelings are an indicator, and they're in that respect, they're neither good nor bad. They're neither positive nor negative. Every feeling is important, the good ones and the negative ones. And they're there to remind us to look at something. And it's actually like an early warning system, kind of like a radar in our lives, and saying, oh, this is not something I want. I better take another path, or I'm in a situation that's not pleasing me and I don't feel good. Sometimes it's something to change. Or maybe it's just a mental thought pattern. I'm thinking about something or focusing on something that I would be best served to switch my focus and focus on something else. And so it's like probably one of the greatest swindles of all time, in that we were taught, first of all, to be separated from our feelings altogether. I mean, how many of us walk around through life kind of numb and oblivious to our feelings, except for the very most extreme feelings of all? Or we're overly sensitive to them and just are carried away like on a roller coaster ride of feelings and act upon our feelings inappropriately or in ways that are self-destructive. Whereas no one's really been teaching us until recently, with perhaps Abraham-Hicks and Course in Miracles and perhaps some other similar materials, that our feelings are actually very, very important. In fact, I heard today that our feelings are our life. Now, that's a pretty heavy statement. What does that mean? Well, in any given moment, we are experiencing our now. Like right now, I'm experiencing sitting here on this bench as my dogs play in the background here on the hillside. It's kind of a great day, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty content. I've got time to actually do this. I've got the freedom to go out for a walk. I've got my two great dogs to play with. I'm enjoying this beautiful, beautiful place where I live, and I'm feeling good. That's my life. That's my experience. That's my now point. And at any now point in any of our lives, what we're feeling is actually what we're living. And so, how many of us are actually going through life kind of in a self-imposed hell because we're focusing on our negative emotions and picking out the worst possible aspects of whatever we are and focusing on them? And how many of us are doing quite the opposite and looking and appreciating about all where we are and everything about ourselves and feeling good? And so it's really important to be in touch with our feelings. In fact, I wonder if you can even ever really be too sensitive. Since our feelings are our inner guidance system for our entire lives, what could be more important? So feelings and controlling them, or not actually controlling, but how to steer them in your lives, and how to move away from a sense of utter loss and desolation in your life into something a little better. Well, I think the trick is not to try to make that quantum leap. I know quantum leaps are really highly praised in this new age culture of ours. But actually, I think it's a little easier to take it, and instead of looking for absolute rapture and a complete turnaround of feelings, how about reaching for something that just feels a little bit better? What's the next best thing you could feel? I mean, you're feeling disempowered and unhappy about this person who's disenfranchised you or cheated on you. Well, maybe a step up the emotional scale, as Abraham-Hicks likes to put it, would be to get angry or even to get revenge. And so I've seen that recently with a friend of mine who to get out of that sense of feeling disempowered, has just lashed out and gotten revenge, turned everyone against her ex-partner, says horrible things about her, rants about him at all times, and whereas it's not what I would like, it wasn't fun to experience it as a friend of hers, I understood that she needed to do that for a while. Should we stay there forever? No, it's a step along the way to feeling good, and she probably felt a little bit better as a result of it. But then the next step is to reach for the next better feeling, and the next better feeling, and next better feeling. If we keep always trying to upgrade our feelings and to feel a little bit better, reaching for relief, rather than staying stuck in the horrible, yucky feelings that we have, then life is going to get better. And why is this important? Because the way we feel creates our overall vibrational attraction, point of attraction, and that is what attracts to us the manifestations in our lives. And so if you've had something negative happen in your life and something unwanted, look back. You can see how an overall feeling or a general tendency of a vibration has led to that actual occurrence in your lives. What we feel is what we get. And so it is really, really important that we look after our feelings, be aware of what we're feeling, and also mold and cultivate them into make sure what we're feeling is above middle C and we're vibrating more or less positively most of the time. Are we going to be positive all the time? No. And I don't think it's important that we do. Because in this life, it's a world of contrast. And the negative feelings we have become things that we focus on and create desires, which in turn drives the whole manifestation motor. And so you're going to have negative emotion in your life. It's up to you how long you're going to hold on to it and how long you're going to stay stuck there. You can decide to move up the emotional scale, or you can decide to move down, or you can decide to stay put. Up to you.